From Phoebus High School in Hampton, Virginia, WHCS Channel 46 presents Girls Group AAA Softball. They got the Phoebus Phantoms playing host to the Kecoughtan Warriors. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bob Hens along with Mike Hauser. Welcome to Phoebus High School and beautiful sunlit day. No clouds in the sky, Mike. It's a beautiful day for softball.
Absolutely. The girls coach here at Phoebus has done a tremendous job getting this field in condition, considering the wet weather that we had yesterday evening. Third base, as you said earlier, was underwater.
They've done a great job with it. I'll give you our sponsors for today's game. Today's game is brought to you by Zooms with 14 convenient peninsula locations. And in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the manager. Want to let the fans know that we will give a T-shirt to the player of the game today. We will pick a player of the game, and that shirt comes from the Islander Sporting Goods, and they're located in Kecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual equipment, uniform, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. And Conky Soils better leave me alone. Keep throwing something over my head. Boy, I'll tell you what. I thought there was a blackout going on here.
And as soon as we can put the starting lineup up on the board there for Kecoughtan, we'll give that out.
I don't know what we're waiting for.
Yeah, we only got a couple more minutes before we start. Yeah, the umpires for today's game behind the plate, Mr. Sonny Anderson, and doing the bases, Bill Whitley.
Well, the Warriors will be batting first since they're the visiting team. We have a chance. We will go through these the lineups for you. I don't know what our holdup is here, but we'll see what's going on.
I believe they're waiting on the base umpire to get here. Might have got stuck in traffic. But anyhow, your starting lineups for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Jennifer Tobin, number 9, she will be playing second base. Playing third base, number 1, Danny Tatum. And playing shortstop is number 16, Allison Cave. Pitching for the Kecoughtan Warriors today, number 12, Samantha Cave. Playing center field, number 3, will be Kim Aunts. Behind the plate today, number 22, Ashley Wilson. Playing first base, number 4, Jennifer Robinson. Playing right field, number 15, Mary Williams. And the left fielder, number 18, is Katie Brookman.
Now, their record is what?
They are 14-2, as they are right in the thick of things of the Peninsula District Championship race now, as they are tied for second place, I believe, at this point, one game behind Woodside.
And they're tied with Bethel High School.
That's right. As they defeated Bethel last week to forge the tie for second place, and I believe they play Woodside first of next week, which will be for the district title. So that's a very important game for the Hampton school, Kecoughtan High School, the Warriors.
We'll get a chance. We will give you the Phoebus starters so that we will have them and have gone through the head coach for the Kecoughtan Warriors is Richard McDonald. He's assisted by Jason Lang and Phil Alexander.
And what we'll do now is show you the starters for the Phoebus Phantoms. The leadoff batter will be the catcher, number 1, Samantha Haraway. Playing in left field will be Josie Krotz. Playing third base today, Christina Parrish. Jackie Ward is the pitcher for the Phoebus Phantoms. And playing center field will be Danielle Woods. The first baseman would be Jamie Walsh. Playing shortstop, Ashley Sykes. The second base is Alicia Mikowski. And the number 9 batter in the order is the right fielder, Sarah Phillips, who will be DH today by Rebecca Hilling. As the Phoebus Phantoms are coached by Beth Mayer.
And their record is?
Their record is 6-10 on the season.
And give you a chance to talk about a crew. We got Scotty Bowers in the truck. He's a director doing graphics. Andy Foley. Audio is Mike Nowinski. The engineer is Don Scharouse. cameras. We got Nathaniel Braxton in center field, Susan Bowers on right field sideline, and on the left side we have Ricky Brown, instant replay, Andre Mattingly. And do want to thank Zooms as our corporate sponsor, as they will sponsor all our broadcasts. Go down to Zooms, get your Beantown coffee, fried chicken, potato wedges, Krispy Kreme donuts, ham and cheese, subs, Coke, and fill your tank up with that good Citgo gasoline.
Oh, you forgot one item.
Oh, I haven't.
Very important to this crew. You forgot the donuts.
Donuts!
Box and one donut. I'll tell you what, this crew here will eat those things up.
And that's the way Tim
was here, look out.
We would be going.
How do you get anything done with him sitting here with a box of donuts in front of him?
Well, I tell you, sometimes you have to take him away from him so you get him to talk. He starts mumbling. We are still waiting for our, we're still minus one of our umpires. Scotty, if you want to hold the tape, come back up, or what do you want to do? It's a beautiful day today. Man, the field is really in great shape considering the way it was when I got here this morning. There was water all over third base, and you can see there's a kind of a dip as we're sitting here.
It is a low spot, and where we're sitting at, it's really prominent and shown.
And it was full of water, but they did a good job. And
I think there was some water sitting back here behind the plate too, because you can look behind the backstop and see a nice little puddle where they dug a little trench back here and let the water drain off.
Well,
so we had torrential rains yesterday that really got everything soaked. A lot of the district baseball games were canceled, obviously.
All right, well, Jamie Walsh, who is the first baseman for the Phoebus team, her dad comes out here and works on the field, and we want to thank him for doing that. He was, in fact, he was mowing the outfield as we got here and got it all finished, and the film looks good, and here comes the officials. We're ready to roll. Head them out, move them out. Let's go.
And if you haven't seen Peninsula District girls softball, the fast pitch version, you're in for a feat. Some of these girls got arms like most boys do, and I was very impressed at the way some of the arms on the Kecoughtan Warriors team. Phoebus has some girls that can hump the ball pretty good too.
This will be a good game. Even that you can't discount the records. Anytime these two teams get together, it's going to be a battle. They know each other. They grew up in the same neighborhoods.
Oh, they're within, 2-3 miles from each other?
Yeah. And they played on some of the all-star teams and some as growing up. They've known each other since they've been playing ball. And so there's a lot of respect on both teams.
They look forward to this game, believe me.
I'm going to give you just a couple things I do want to talk about. Richard McDonald just gives me a plethora of information here, and I do want to let you know last year they were 16-3. They ended up second in the district. The school record since they started softball here in 1983 at Kecoughtan, they've got 258 wins, 102 losses, 2 ties. 4 district champions, 2 district tournament champions, 1 regional champion, 1 state runner-up, and 7 second-place finishes. This is Richard McDonald's 15th year, and he's 215-71. That's a tremendous record. But one of the things that I thought it was really nice that he gave me, he says you need to know that back in 1989, Hampton High School won the district champion in softball, and Beth Mayer was the coach.
Oh, wow.
This is her first year at Phoebus. Took over for the legendary Wade Trainham, who was here for many, many years. And
man known with a foot.
Yes, and tell you what, we're ready to get this thing rolling here.
As the Phoebus Phantoms take the field defensively in the first inning.
While they're warming up, I got a couple of things I do want to talk about. WHC's own and Phoebus High School student Rachel Barnes was a state winner of the TSA, which is Technology Student Association, in the film and video category for her video, A Life of an Olympian, the 1992 swimming medalist Christy Parham. And Channel 46 was recently informed that they were a recipient of the Award of Distinction for the Videographers Award for their video past, present, and future. They won the Award of Distinction in 2 categories, Facility Overview and Government Educational. So we want to make sure we salute not only our WHCS, but also Rachel Barnes and her accomplishments. All right, coming up, we got starting. Who's our starting batter?
Yeah, Jennifer Tobin, the second baseman for the Kecoughtan Warriors, will lead it off here in the top of the first inning as we are set to get started here as the plate umpire cleans the plate so that even I can see it from here.
Well, that's good. We got Jennifer, just a sophomore. Steps up high in the batter's box.
And she attempts and goes for a bunt and misses it. That's strike 1 for the first pitch of the day.
Let me see if I can get a little information on our pitcher.
Fouled back, that'll make the count 0-2. Pitching for the Phoebus Phantoms, Jackie Ward. She's out in front early.
I don't think I got any statistics on this, on her pitching credentials.
Jennifer Tobin hanging in there. She fouls that pitch back.
Her pitching record is 3-4.
That one was just a bit low as it bounced up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count now on the batter Jennifer Tobin of the Warriors. 14-2 going into this game. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 1. And that is usually the case when it comes to fast pitch softball. The stronger the pitcher, the more opportunities the team has of winning a game, because that seems to be the name of the game in fast pitch softball.
Well, this is Danny Tatum, and she normally has number 8, but today she's got number 1 on.
Yeah, she is the Warriors' third baseman today.
She's just a junior.
And the Warriors got a young team. They got a big nucleus coming back. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit for Danny Tatum.
Second baseman for the Phantoms really made a dive for it, but just out of reach.
First hit of the game puts Tatum at first base. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 16, Allison Cave.
That was Alicia Mikowski on second base. Made a nice play for the ball, just out of reach.
First pitch to Allison Cave is in there for a strike.
She's a junior.
A low ball, that'll leave in the count of 1-1. Got a junior and her sister bats right behind her as she's the starting pitcher for the Kecoughtan Warriors. And she is a sophomore. 1 ball, 2 strike to count, 1 out. We have Danny Tatum, the runner at first. Tatum draws a throw, but it's back safely. She had a pretty good lead off the bag there, too.
Trying to get him to make a mistake in the throw.
2-2 is the count. Hanging in there, that was a foul back. I like the helmets that they've got. They're batting helmets.
Yeah.
They're the new style with the little groove across the back end for the girls' ponytails to sit there. We saw that a couple of years ago when the professional women's team was here at the Peninsula. They all their hats had them. And there Tatum goes to second base in safely with a stolen base. Got a good jump there. I enjoy listening to the girls on the bench. They sound like cheerleaders out there. Full count here. Oh, on the outside corner, she got her. That's the second strikeout of the inning.
Watch the replay of the steal and the throw. Throw was high. Had the throw been on target, I don't think that she would have got her anyway. She got a good jump.
And the next batter will be the pitcher, number 12, Samantha Cave, with Tatum sitting on second. And that one's fouled off here to our side of the field, just out of play.
And as you pointed out, Samantha just a sophomore.
Two balls and one strike is the count here. Just inside. And so she has the advantage here with a 3-1 count. 2 out here in the top of the first inning. No score as of yet.
Strike two. He was
Plate umpire hollered strike 3, and I think it was only the second one.
It was.
Full count now.
That ball looked a little low, but
swing and a miss as
3 strikeouts.
Struck out the side with that base hit, as Danny Tatum will be stranded at second base after a base hit. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors, and there was a runner left at second. So that takes care of the top of the first inning of play. That'll bring up the Phoebus Phantoms, as their leadoff batter will be Samantha Haraway, followed by Josie Krotz and Christina Parrish. Phoebus Phantoms with a record of 6-10 on the season. Boy, does that wind feel good with that sun beating down on the back, doesn't it? Not a cloud in the sky. What a difference from yesterday. Couldn't ask for a better situation as far as temperature and weather.
Phyllis Henry, the principal of Phoebus High School, and sitting in the stands. Dave Matthews with the guitar, so Scotty tells me. Is he going to sing at halftime or something?
Oh, that wrong sport,
innings?
Bob.
Hey, I'm just going by what Scotty says. I take everything he tells me as gospel. Maybe I shouldn't, huh?
Well, Scotty's in trouble there. All right, leading off now to bottom of the first inning for the Phoebus Phantoms. Samantha Haraway. This is their catcher and leadoff batter.
She's a junior.
I'd like to have a radar gun on this pitcher, because Miss Cave can really let loose with the pitch. Took a little bit off on that one, but I tell you what, it looked like there was much taken off. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 is the count.
She's smooth. See how smooth she is with that. No hitch. Just as smooth as she can be coming through with that pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Haraway. First batter for the Phantoms there in the bottom of the first.
Samantha has 165 strikeouts. Her ERA is .14. Has only allowed 2 earned runs this year.
2 earned runs in 16 games.
That's amazing. That is just amazing. Gee, buddy. But she broke the team record for the most strikeouts that were formerly held by Emily Belbin back in '93. And she's still got games to play. She is really setting some high standards.
Well, as a sophomore, you figure 2 more years of this, and she's already set the record for the school in strikeouts. That one might be, bar any injury problems, as she lets off a little bit on that pitch. It's a little low for a ball. 2-2 is the count now. the opportunities for her to be up there in the rankings for the state at this rate is a pretty good chance at it.
Yeah, I think so.
Of course, the blood running through her and her sister's family with Brian Cave as their dad has been around a long time. Little ground ball back to.
Well, I know you played with with Brian and all that, but I'm going to date myself. I coached Brian in junior high school.
Well, everybody can't be as old as you. I'm getting there.
He played. Here we can see the little dribbler back to the pitcher.
One out now in the bottom of the first inning for the Phantoms. That'll bring up the left fielder, Josie Krotz.
And she's a freshman. But Brian played basketball for me for 2 years over at Sims. Two quick strikes.
So she's a freshman, huh?
Yep. You notice if they are getting any contact to the ball, it's coming to the right side, which means they're coming through real late on the ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. No score still. Swung at a high pitch, gets away from the catcher, but she's still able to throw her out. But that'll still go as a strikeout for Josie Krotz. That'll bring up the third batter in the order, the third baseman, Christina Parrish.
She's just a sophomore.
Young players. Swinging just a hair late on that one, too. Glad there's a fence in front of us.
Well, we're not sitting behind the backstop as we normally sit. We are right down the first baseline.
Yeah, she got up in front of that one. 0-2 now is the count.
Now you can give her some junk.
Yeah, the scoreboard says 1-2, but I didn't think it was but 0-2. So we'll go 1 ball, 2 strikes. And she stands there and looks at a call, third strike for the third out. 2 strikeouts in the inning for the Phoebus Phantoms as the completion of the first inning, no score. The Phantoms, no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on.
We want to thank Zooms for giving the award to the senior players on the softball team, baseball team, the soccer, girls and boys soccer team this year. In this, the first of this month, May, we had a school board meeting and we presented these awards. And these are plaques that were given to these players who have demonstrated academic excellence. And we'd like to thank David Allen and Zooms for their continued support of WHCS and our student athletes. It really does a lot to recognize these youngsters that do well. And what was really neat is those 16 players that we recommended or that we recognized on that school board meeting, their combined average GPA, Mike, on a 4.0 score, 4.0 scale was 3.94. I mean, that's some serious business. Tremendous. Congratulations to those youngsters.
Well, we'll enter the top of the second inning now, no score, with the Kecoughtan Warriors coming to bat. They'll lead it off here with the center fielder, number 3, Kim Unks.
And Kim is a junior on this Kecoughtan team.
Got a nice batting average too, doesn't she?
I don't give everything at one time because a little bit at a time.
You need to hide that from me.
You ain't supposed to be looking on my sheet.
0-1 is the count. That's a little bit low. That'll even it up 1-1.
Those of you who are familiar with Coach McDonald, you look over there, he's about 80, 90 pounds lighter than he was last year. Went on a diet and I asked him what else he did, and he said, I'm walking up to 8 miles a day, looking good.
That'll even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Nobody out. Top of the second inning here at Phoebus High School. Hanging in there as she fouled that one back.
All right, what you say now? What you say now?
We got a sign over there on the Phoebus side. We got Jackie number 5 and Go Ashley. Got fans brought some signs.
Full count here, 3-2, and that ball is high. That'll be the first walk of the game.
We got a nice nice crowd here for this ball game. This is Ashley, who's Ashley Wilson.
Ashley Wilson is
she's
there.
one of the 3 seniors on this Kecoughtan starting lineup.
Trying to advance the runner to second base and fouls it off a little bit there so that she'll come back and do it again. Kim Onk's got a great jump and was almost at the bag before the third baseman actually made contact with the ball before the umpire called out a foul ball. 0-1 now is the count. And she squares around again and fouls it off again. 0-2. So she's got herself in a hole now.
Well, that first bunt, I think the third baseman kind of let the ball go because it was getting ready to roll foul, and she was going to let it roll foul.
Got a piece of that one, so she's hanging in up there. Count still 0-2. Still no score here in the top of the second inning. Kecoughtan Warriors and the Phoebus Phantoms. Ground ball to the shortstop. Ooh, that was close. That was the fielder's choice.
That was a nice play by the shortstop.
So Ashley Wilson reaches first on the fielder's choice as Kim Unks is forced at second base, and that'll bring up now the first baseman, Jennifer Robinson. 1 out now here in the second inning. Nice bunt as she gets her at first base.
Nice throw.
Yep. Give her a sacrifice on that one, but she is the second out of the inning. But in the meantime, Ashley Wilson has advanced now to second base, and
watch the replay.
Show the replay here as got back in time to see the out.
Now, Janice Robertson was a sophomore. Now we got Mary Williams. She's a senior.
This is the right fielder for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Runner at second base now, 2 gone. 1-0 is the count. That was low. Kecoughtan Warriors bunting the ball, trying to get that runner from first in scoring position where a base hit would score him. Looks like the low strikes are in tune today.
They in vogue.
2 balls and 1 strike is now the count on the batter, Mary Williams. That one's fouled off right underneath of her. That'll even it up. Getting warm.
Yeah, with this shirt on, I sure am.
2-2 and 2 outs. Got 2s across the boards. That one almost hit her in the foot, but she got out of the way. That'll make the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. You see the Kecoughtan coach shaking his head. He was saying, "Oh my goodness, you were on base on the ball on that one." But anytime you get the ball low like that, she's already had 1 strike. That was low called on her, so she's got to protect herself up at the plate. I mean? Call third strike.
That is low.
So Williams goes down as a strikeout victim for the third out on the inning. And again, the Kecoughtan Warriors strand a runner on second base. No runs. There were no hits, no errors, nobody left. So after an inning and a half, with the Phantoms coming to bat here in the bottom of the second inning, we are still scoreless here. Bottom of the second inning for the Phoebus Phantoms, Jackie Ward, the pitcher, will be leading off. Followed by the center fielder, Danielle Woods, and the first baseman, Jamie Walsh. It's like their camera crew is scanning the crowd. We got a pretty good sized crowd here today,
Yeah, they
Bob.
do. Really nice crowd.
Here we go, leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Lady Phantoms, Jackie Ward. She is the Phantoms pitcher today. You say she had a record of 3-4 on the season?
Yeah, I messed up a minute ago. I called Alicia McClaskey as the shortstop, and it was Ashley Sykes. Alicia is the...
Yeah, Alicia Sykes is the shortstop for the Phantoms. It's popped up to the infield, right to the pitcher. Oh, and she dropped the ball. So Jackie Ward will reach first base by the error, as the Phantoms have their first base runner of the game. That'll bring up the center fielder, Danielle Woods. As they show it again here, the routine pop-up, she must have took her eye off the ball because it hit the heel of her glove and just popped straight out.
Huh. Careful, Scotty.
Yeah, that's youth. Youth showing through right there. Ground ball to the second baseman. It goes through her legs. That's another error.
Runners at
First and second now with no out.
Danielle Woods is one of the seniors on his team. Just got that little hit. That brings up Jamie Walsh, Jr. She's one of the
Let's look at this
co-captains.
again, because the Kecoughtan Warriors coach is claiming that she was interfered with. But as long as the batter is in the batter, or the runner's in the running path, and he's not interfered with.
We got a replay here, fellas. No, they're not happy. Yeah, Jamie Walsh, one of the co-captains.
Well, the Phantoms have something going here after the two straight errors by the Warriors. Warriors with runners on first and second now. Batting as the first baseman is Jamie Walsh, as she just fouls that bunt attempt off. Now it has an 0-2 count. So she's got herself in the hole quickly here. And that one's popped up. It should be an infield fly rule, and it is. She's out. That'll be the first out of the inning. Ashley Sykes, Phantom shortstop, now batting.
Ashley, a junior. We'll get our camera people to pick up those signs over there on the Phoebus sideline.
Well, at least the plate umpire is consistent. He called that one a strike two. And that's what you got to have. You got to have the consistency. Ooh, he called out a foul ball. Yep, he did.
Well, I didn't think she touched the ball.
I didn't either. Well, I'd like to see that one again. But anyhow, 0-2 now is the count. Is called out a foul ball. There's a strikeout victim for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Alicia Mikowski.
Mikowski, I had her on short a minute ago.
That one's a little bit high.
She's one of the seniors on this Phoebus team.
So the Phoebus Phantoms still with runners on first and second. Got there with 2 errors and nobody out. Right now they have 2 outs. 2 gone. And a pitch that was low in the dirt. And right down the middle for the call strike. I believe the count is 2 balls and 1 strike now on the hitter. Second baseman Alicia Mikowski in the dirt. That'll make it 3-1. So the Phantoms are 1 pitch away from loading it up. Right down the middle.
I think she was taken all the way on that. Right? I don't think she was even going to attempt to swing.
Yeah, the pressure is now on Samantha Cave as a full count, 2 out, runners on first and second. A little blooper over the first baseman's head as the second baseman makes a wonderful play for the 3rd out.
Good job, it's Jennifer Tobin on that, going behind first base to catch that fly ball.
Well, that'll end 2 innings of play here as the Phoebus Phantoms were scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
A little controversy there was that it looked like Phoebus looks like there was a strike that was called a foul that was not a foul in our eyes. We didn't see it, but the
that
umpire
would have
did.
Loaded the bases up too, because they would have had four balls on that one. But unfortunately, we're the guy sitting over here, and the guy in the blue is behind the plate making a call. So
and then that little blooper up on first field that they were. Kecoughtan thought it might have been some runner interference, but as long as they didn't touch the ball, it's not, I guess.
You know, the runner does not have to, when he's running from first to second, does not have to get out of the way on a ground ball. She just has to make sure the ball doesn't hit her.
There you go.
So for the Phantoms in the bottom of the 2nd inning, no runs. There were no hits. There were 2 errors by the Kecoughtan Warriors, and 2 were left by the Phantoms. After 2 complete, we're scoreless here. As we get ready to start now the top of the 3rd inning with the number 9 batter, the left fielder, Katie Brookman.
That's another senior. There's only 3 seniors on this Kecoughtan squad.
They're going to be loaded for another couple of years.
And Phoebus hasn't got many seniors either, so it's going to be nice, good softball on the peninsula.
One and one is the count here. Grounds out to the second baseman for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the leadoff batter for the Kecoughtan Warriors, Jennifer Tobin, second baseman. As you see a replay of that last
right to Alicia McCloskey. Jennifer Tobin has a .429 batting average.
Now you see why she's leading off.
Trying to bunt away on.
I'll tell you what, if that one had been fair, she was there because there wasn't anybody at the time covering the bag. Because Phantom's second baseman was a little late getting over there. That one trickled foul. 0-2 now to count to the leadoff batter, Jennifer Tobin. Ooh, she'll let a close one get by. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That's her second strikeout of the game. Second out of the inning. That'll bring up Danny Tatum.
Did she get a hit the first time up?
She most certainly did, as she had a base hit by the second baseman.
She's got a .458 batting average. She's got the highest on the team. So
she improved her average after that one.
She sure did.
2 down here now in the top of the third inning here. That'll even the count out at 2-2.
I'm impressed with Jackie Ward. She's doing a good job keeping the hitters guessing.
That'll make the count full 3-2 now for Danny Tatum, as that last pitch was in the dirt. Grounder to Sykes at shortstop and gets her at first. Third out of the inning. Nice play by the Phantoms shortstop there.
Well, and Jamie Walsh, great job of stretching for the ball.
Yep.
Here we watch it right
She had to go to her left to get it.
You see that stretch.
Yep.
Nice camera work, guys.
No runs,
And
no
gal.
hits, and no errors for the Lady Warriors of Kecoughtan. After the top of the third inning, we're still scoreless here. That'll bring us to the bottom of the third inning.
And who we got coming up?
Looks like the DH, Rebecca Hilling.
And she is batting for
Sarah Phillips, the right fielder, that's correct. Number 9 hitter in the lineup.
Sarah Phillips, who she's playing for, and she's a freshman, and Rebecca Helling is a freshman.
Well, we see a lot of youth on this field today. That means both of these teams are going to be pretty loaded next year. That one's fouled off again. I'm glad there's a fence in front of us. Of course, I back up a little bit so you're now in front of me.
Yeah, I noticed the way you're sitting there.
0-1 now to count. Takes off a little, and she got fooled on that one. 0-2 is the count. Takes off a little on that one, too, and gets the strikeout, and the drop ball. Catcher has to throw her out. 1 out now in the first, or in the third inning, I'm sorry, bottom of the third. That'll bring up the Phoebus Phantoms leadoff batter, number 2, Samantha Haraway, who grounded out to the pitcher her first attempt.
I think she's number 1.
I'm sorry. Yeah, she is. She is number 1. That is the pitcher spot, but she is playing. She is the catcher.
There you go. This is the second year catching. Her batting average is .276.
Keep me straight, Bob. Keep me straight.
Well, I'm looking, you're saying number 2, and I'm looking over here and say, well, I got number 1. Oh, number 2 is a possession.
One out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-1 to the batter, Samantha Hardaway. Now it's a little high, 3-1. So now the pressure goes back over to Samantha Cave to put the ball back across plate.
Samantha pitching to Samantha.
Fouled off. She's up there battling, I'll tell you.
She's only had 2 strikeouts this year. Only struck out twice. Very aggressive. Coach likes her. She says, type of athlete, you want behind the plate. She's real tough.
Yeah, she just took another strikeout. Add that one to her. Make that number 3 now in the year.
Yep.
That's still an impressive feat. But she's the leadoff batter, and that's what she's expected to do, get on.
Yep.
Or make a play. That's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, Josie Krotz, as she bunts the ball back to the pitcher. Samantha Cave throws her out with ease for the 3rd out.
Josie went real quick. She was batting 273, and that's the end of the inning.
That's the end.
Watch the replay, just right back to the pitcher. Very easy play for the pitcher.
So at the end of 3 complete, we're still scoreless here, as the Phoebus Phantoms went up and down in order, as Samantha Cave had 2 strikeouts. That gives her 5 on the game so far in 3 innings.
Well, we got quite a...
Now, I tell you what, the Phantoms pitcher, Jackie Ward, through 3 innings, has 5 Ks also, as she struck out the side in the 1st inning. So we'll start off here the 4th inning of play, scoreless. And leading off for the Kecoughtan Warriors, shortstop number 16, Allison Cave.
Batting 385. She has 3 doubles and 2 triples. One of the co-captains was last year's MVP.
She was a strikeout victim in the 1st inning of play.
What do they call that, a ball or?
Well, I think he is going to ask the plate umpire for help. I'm not so sure she pulled it back, but apparently the plate umpire did not ask for help. So, goes as a ball. 1-0 with the pitch. That'll be fouled off. 1-1 is the count. I noticed that the first baseman and the 3rd baseman for the Phantoms play a lot deeper than the last game that we did on those players. They were really up there, weren't they?
Bethel's team they play halfway up the line.
And we did the Bethel-Hampton game a couple of weeks ago, and the 3rd baseman and 1st baseman for both of the teams were halfway up the line, guarding against the bunt. 2-1 now is the count. Right up the middle, nice hit to the right fielder. It gets by the 2nd baseman for the Phantoms, so
that's the first base hit for the for the Warriors, isn't it? No, we had one of the Danny had one.
Yeah, Danny.
Right back up, you can see, nice shot. Throw out. Nice job by the catcher.
Hope they got that one on replay so we can see that. That was a tremendous play by the catcher.
Well, it should be fast. We got a lot of people in the camp Okay. Samantha Cave batting. She's 333 batting average, 5 doubles and a triple. She was first team all-district as a sophomore.
She was a strikeout victim also in the first inning. One out now, the 0-2 count.
I'm sorry, she was first district last year. She's a sophomore this year, so that means she made first district as a freshman.
A ground ball to third baseman, and what a stretch.
Oh, young Miss Walsh. Nice job. Jamie.
Out number 2 now for the Warriors. That'll bring up the center fielder number 3, Kim Unks.
Kim is batting .303, has 9 stolen bases. First year on the varsity.
Easy ground ball back to the pitcher with the throw to first for the third out of the inning. So the Kecoughtan Warriors go down in order 1-2-3.
Well, they did have a hit, but a thrown out trying to steal second.
1-2-3.
1, 2, 3.
All right, so after 3.5, there's still no score.
Again, we want to thank Woods, Parklawn Wood Funeral Home, as being one of our corporate sponsors. They're located in Hampton Center Parkway and North Armstead Avenue. They have a new facility out there. Stop by or give them a call at 827-4670. Nancy Staten is the manager out there. And, of course, Zooms, one of our corporate sponsors, has Krispy Kreme donuts where you can get a box in one if you say the magic word, and that is Tim Cole. Get your ham and cheese subs, your Coke, your Citgo gas. Stop by at Zooms. 14 convenient Peninsula locations.
Yeah, we're now in the bottom of the fourth inning as the leadoff batter for the Phoebus Phantoms is going to be the third baseman, Christina Parrish.
Christina is sophomore. She's batting .348. 3 RBIs. Coach likes her. She's a quiet leader. She likes to lead by example. She's tremendous improvement over last year.
Fouled that one back here behind us out of play.
I was hoping it hit Conky Sorrels, but I see he got up and left. Well, maybe it did hit him. I don't know.
1-1's the count. A little low. Ground ball to the shortstop, and the throw for the first out of the inning.
Allison Cave come up with that thing. Got a nice arm. For a shortstop, you need a strong arm.
That'll bring up the pitcher, Jackie Ward, who reached base in the second inning by an error. Here's the grounder to.
There you go. You see it. Last year, Jackie was all-district, a utility player.
She gets another shot at it as the first baseman dug that one right out of the ground.
Good job.
Again, a ground out to the shortstop.
Jennifer Robinson.
2 out.
Good job on first base. Both first basemen are doing a great job digging the ball out, stretching for the ball.
Now there's the center fielder, Danielle Woods, is the batter.
She's a senior. She's batting .325 with 9 RBIs. 7 walks and 9 strikes. Watch the stretch on this one. There you go. She come up with it clean.
That last pitch was good for a strike. 0-1 is the count. That'll even it up at 1-1.
Danielle has 1 double and 2 triples. It's a dynamite arm from center field.
Again, Allison.
Allison was busy.
Man, what a arm. As the Warriors' shortstop made all 3 putouts. Across the board there is 6-3, 6-3, and the third out was 6-3. As you look at it again and watch the arm by Allison Cave.
Looks like a replay of a replay of a replay.
Yeah, we had 3 of them in a row. The replay booth is doing a great job now.
They could just redo that one.
Oh, it's not the same play on each one, was it, Scotty? All right, we are now complete. We have now completed 4 innings. And again, there is no score. Start the top of the 5th inning now for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Ashley Wilson will be leading off. That's the Warriors catcher.
Ashley batting .300. Has thrown out 16 runners this year. She's a senior on this Warrior team. What a nice crowd for a ball game.
Yeah, we got people lined up on the sidewalk watching the game behind us.
Okay, Wilson!
Big guy didn't want to chill, man. That would have sucked. I'm just glad you didn't want to hang out.
Yeah, the Phoebus Phantoms pitcher, Jackie Ward, has done a great job today. She has 5 strikeouts through 4 innings. That ball's grounded to the shortstop. Sykes says she has a good arm also. A couple of really good shortstops playing in this game. That's the same thing we had in the last inning, 6-3, 6-3.
It's like an instant replay. Jennifer Robinson is batting. She's batting .306. Watch the replay of that. Nice catch and dug it out of the ground. Very good.
Got her by about 2 full strides.
Jennifer has 2 doubles, has 68 putouts this year. She's one of the backup pitchers, just a sophomore.
That's the first fly ball of the game to the outfield as Jennifer flies out to the left fielder for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to bring up Mary Williams, the right fielder who was a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning, as we see the last fly ball that went to left field there.
She's one of the co-captains, batting .250. One of the seniors on this team.
Uh-oh, that one hit her in the foot. So Mary Williams will reach first base after being hit in the foot with the ball. That's going to bring up the left fielder, number 18, Katie Brookman. 2 out here in the top of the 5th inning.
And we have a pinch runner, number 11. And number 11 is Bobby Kaiser. She is running.
Bobby Kaiser is her name?
Yeah.
So she comes in the 5th inning.
Just as a pinch runner. I don't think she'll be in any more than for the pinch runner.
Well, I don't think you can pitch run except for the pitcher or the catcher to speed it up. First base coach over here for the Warriors told us is number 11 for 15, so I'm not sure whether or not she's entering the game. But we'll find out after the inning, and we'll see whether or not Mary goes back out on the field. Katie Brookman, the batter, has a little looping fly ball to right field. Is caught for the 3rd out of the inning. So after the hit batter, with Williams being stranded on first base, after 4.5 innings of play, there's no score still.
Who's that? The umpire on first doing the bases?
You took my sheet. It's on there right there. And that is Mr. Bill Whitley.
Oh, well, he goes to the same barber Tim goes to.
Yeah, he needs to put his hat back on.
Him and Tim go to the same barber.
So we'll be going to the bottom of the 5th inning now. Again, no score here as there's only been a couple of hits in the game. Leading off for the Phoebus Lady Phantoms will be their first baseman, Jamie Walsh. And Jamie popped out to the second baseman in the second inning for the first out of that inning.
She struggled. She's only batting 136. We struggled at the beginning of the season, but right now she's batting 300 in the last 21 at-bats. And she's a fighter. And coach said she's hoping she'll come through during tournament time. She got a super attitude.
Well, she takes that pitch right down the middle of the plate. Pitch was a little bit on the high side. 1-1 is the count. She almost went after that one.
Yeah, she did. Did a good job of holding up on that swing.
Counts now is 2-1. And Samantha Kay puts one right down the middle of the plate to even the count at 2-2.
What happened to our scoreboard out
Yeah,
there?
whoever's doing the scoreboard forgot to put the buttons, I guess. That was high. That'll make the count full.
Well, we got...
Should be 3-2 now. That's what it is. And she looks at ball 4. So Jamie Walsh reaches first base to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning with the walk. That's going to now bring up the shortstop, Ashley Sykes, who has been very prominent so far defensively in the game, as she's got 4 putouts at the shortstop position.
She's moved back and forth between second and short. She stepped up to make the challenge. She's one of the quicker athletes, the coach says. They need her to get on base to take advantage of her speed. She knows she's going to come through at crunch time, especially on the field, and we've seen that defensively. Great job at shortstop.
And she's a junior, so she'll be back again. Bunts that one foul, as the Phantoms are trying to get the runner advanced over to scoring position. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, still no out. Jamie Walsh for the Phantoms over there at first base after reaching via a walk. Fouls that off.
And that's the third strike.
The third strike, so that goes down as a strikeout. That'll be the first out of the inning. So with 1 gone now here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the next batter is the second baseman, Alicia Mikowski.
Alicia's bat has got a great attitude. The coach said she's extremely hard, works extremely hard on her fielding skills. She's had a tough year fielding, but she's worked hard and she's really starting to come around. Coach is real impressed with her work ethic.
Yeah, she has stood there and looked at 2 straight strikes go by her, so she's in the hole now, 0-2.
If the weak part of the Phantoms team, especially the bottom of the batting order, is their batting. They don't have a lot of batter. That's just second strike.
That was the third strike.
Okay,
yeah,
coach wanted to make sure.
Yep. She looked at the first 2 went across and she swung at that one, so she goes down as a strikeout victim. That's now going to bring up the designated hitter, Rebecca Hilling.
She's batting 155.
Grounder to the first baseman. She gobbles that up and makes the play at first base for the Warriors. That'll end the inning. So after 5 complete, there's still goose eggs up there. No score.
Well, Mike, we will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams, and that player will receive a shirt as we watch the replay. That shirt comes from Islander Sporting Goods, and they're located in Kecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment, uniform, plus screen printing. Give Dave Chubb a call out there at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner. We want to thank Islander Sporting Goods for doing this all year long. They do it have been doing it for 7 years at least. And we do appreciate their help in allowing us to recognize a player of the game. You and I will come up with a player of the game, and be it not perfect, we do what we can, and we will come up with who we think is a demon of that.
Well, so far,
play.
both pitchers have been dominating.
There's no doubt about that.
As one of the things I talked about early when we first started was, the key to fast pitch, whether it be girls or boys fast pitch, is the pitcher.
Well, in baseball,
Well,
the same
yeah.
thing. You got a great pitcher.
I think the emphasis on softball is a little higher regarding the pitching, but
Jennifer Tobin
as the leadoff batter for the Kecoughtan Warriors here in the top of the 6th inning, so far she has had 2 strikeouts, so she's been a strikeout victim twice.
Well, she's had 24 hits, 1 double, 4 triples, 1 home run, 28 stolen bases, 14 putouts, and 30 assists. Second team All-District last year.
And she squares around to do a drag bunt and pulled it back, so.
Well, she's on the left side. She's on the other side of the plate this time than she normally is.
The bunt to the pitcher. Pretty easy play as she gets there. Phantom second baseman covering on the play for the first out of the inning.
Now it gives up Danny Tatum batting. Watch the replay here.
And watch the second baseman scoot across to make the play for the Phantoms. 1 out here. That'll bring up Danny Tatum, the Warriors' third baseman.
She's had 22 hits, 16 stolen bases. She's got a 1.000 fielding average.
1 for 2 so far in this game as she reached base in the first inning with a base hit to center field. Grounded out to the shortstop in the third inning. 1 for 2 so far. Ooh, she got fooled on that changeup.
Nice changeup.
Jackie Ward really got her around on that one. 0-2 now, so batter's in the hole here real early. And she looks at a fastball on the outside corner for the second out. So that's going to bring up Allison Cave, the Warriors shortstop.
She's had 3 doubles, 2 triples, 10 stolen bases. She's got a .933 fielding average. Was last year's MVP, and she's a co-captain of the team.
Well, we can say all we want to about the pitchers, but there's 2 players, one on either team right now, that has been very prominent defensively, and that's both shortstops. Allison Cave and Miss Sykes for the Phoebus Phantoms. They've made a lot of defensive outs. Two balls and no strikes is the count. Three 3-0 now is the pitcher for the Phoebus Phantoms, Jackie Ward, now falls behind and has got to concentrate on getting a couple of them across the plate here, as you know she's going to be taken with 2 outs. I won't say
fans
that.
on this side are
I
the
won't say
Warrior fans. They didn't like that.
That was one of the Warriors coaching staff that was complaining about that one. That one was outside, so
Now last
Allison
time,
Ward reaches base by,
Allison Cave.
I'm sorry, Allison Cave.
Did she try to steal last time, was thrown out?
Yes, she was the one that reached base with a base hit last time and was thrown out stealing by the catcher.
Samantha, her sister, is batting .333, has 5 doubles, a triple.
Two out here, 0-1 now to count to Samantha Cave, the Warriors pitcher. Ground ball to the second baseman, and it gets by her.
And that's that could be a big difference. 1 out. You got a player in third, a runner in third and first. Big error.
Well, you know, this is the first time any players reached third base for either team. And
watch the replay.
Runners on the corners now with 2 out, as she just didn't get down for the ball, went under her glove. Two out with runners on first and third. The next batter is the center fielder, Kim Oakes.
Now, Kim is batting .303. His first year on the varsity. She has 9 stolen bases when she gets on base. Right now, she wants to move the runners or bring that.
Well, there's 2 out. She's got to make a base hit or get on somehow. And she reached base in the second inning with by walking and grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th inning. So right now she is 0 for 1. As the base on balls doesn't count as a time at bat. 2 down here. 1 ball, no strikes to count. We're in the top of the 6th inning and we're scoreless. That's a line drive to the left fielder as the Kecoughtan Warriors have scored their first run.
What a nice hit.
As Kim Oakes is going to advance to second base after the base hit on the throw. Give her credit for a single and an RBI. As Allison Cave comes in to score the first run of the game. As the Kecoughtan Warriors break out in front 1-0 here. That's going to bring up Ashley Wilson, the catcher.
Batting .300.
And runners are now at second and third with 2 out. An error is a costly mistake. That was fouled back. That one almost goes all the way back to the cars.
Now,
And it hit one of the cars.
Let me ask you if that is an unearned run now?
Absolutely. And either one of the, well, if she scores, if Kim Oakes scores by a base hit, her run will be earned. But the runner at third base right now, Samantha Cave, if she scores, that's also an unearned run. 0-2 now to count to Ashley Wilson. Well, the way both of these two teams have played, 1-0 score might be enough. That was fouled off over here.
Oh, got a truck. You catch that, Scotty?
If he didn't catch it, I'm sure he heard it.
We get a ouch from the truck.
Well, the best part about it hit right next to Andy where he sits.
Well, he probably woke him up.
Is Andy awake? 0-2 is the count to the batter, Ashley Wilson for the Warriors. That was down in the dirt. Nice play by the catcher to keep that one from getting by her. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the count. Woo. Did he call it? Yep, she did call it. Strike 3. So Ashley Wilson is a strikeout victim. And the third out here in the bottom or the top of the 6th inning. But the Warriors break open with a run off of a couple of errors and 1 base hit by Kim Oakes, who gets the run batted in as the Kecoughtan Warriors now take a 1-0 lead after 5.5.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home. They are located at the Hampton Center Parkway and Armstead Avenue. They've got a new facility out there. Give them a call at 827-4670. Nancy Satan is the manager. And, of course, today's game is brought to you by Zooms. With 14 convenient Peninsula locations where you can get that Beantown coffee, fried chicken, potato wedges, Krispy Kreme donuts by box and 1, ham and cheese, subs, Cokes, Citco gas, just to name a few things.
Yeah, going into the bottom of the 6th inning now with the Phantoms down to their last.
Bottom of the 6th?
Bottom of the 6th.
All right.
The Phoebus Phantoms are down to their last 6 outs.
And who do we have coming up?
We have the leadoff batter, Samantha Haraway, the Phantoms catcher. She'll get it started here in the bottom of the 6th inning as the Phoebus Phantoms trail 1-0.
Second year starting catcher. She's batting .276. Very aggressive ball player, the type of athlete the coach wants behind the plate. Very tough. And I tell you, you notice in baseball and softball that when a pitcher gets a run or two, how much stronger they get.
Absolutely. Pitch was in the dirt. It even counted 1-1.
You just get a little more confidence. He said, okay, we got it if we can get these strikeouts.
Samantha Cave's getting stronger by the inning. It looks as though that Phantoms are a little late on their swings with this pitcher up there. She swings and misses.
That was a nice changeup.
A excellent change of pace pitch there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter, Samantha Haraway. I believe she had already swung through before the ball got there. That'll even the count 2-2 now. Ground ball to the second baseman for the Warriors. And the out. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Next batter is going to be the left fielder, Josie Krotz.
Josie, freshman, left field batting average 273, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 6 RBIs. She's one of the most steadiest hitters that they've got on the Phantoms team. She came up with some clutch hits this year. As a freshman, she's very impressive.
Yeah, she was a strikeout victim in the 1st inning and grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd. 2-0 now is the count. What a day. No clouds in the sky.
This is awesome.
Bright sun.
Nice crowd.
Upper 60s, low 70s temperature.
Oh, it's in the 70s.
Think so?
Oh, yes.
3-1 now to count, 1 out. Takes a little bit off of the pitch and is fouled back, out of play. Full count now, 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 2. That'll bring up Christina Parrish.
Christina, sophomore, third base, batting .348. She's a young lady, has really improved. Coach is very impressed with her improvement.
Well, I haven't wanted to say nothing, but we're getting close to the end of the game, and so far Samantha Cave has thrown a no-hitter. With the exception of the couple of errors that the fielders have made. She's done a... Oh, can she stay with it? What a play. Oh, and she threw the ball away.
Now, she hurried. She did a good job of finally getting the ball, but then just a little quick on the throw, another error. That's 3 errors for the Warriors today.
Error on the second baseman after making a tremendous play to her left to stop the ball. She had plenty of time to make the throw, and she rushed it and threw the ball at the Warriors' first baseman's feet. So there's a runner at first via the error. That'll bring up Jackie Ward, the Phantoms pitcher, as the pitch was kind of rolled up there.
That was a play, the changeup. Jackie, last year she was a all-district utility player. She batting .435 with 10 doubles, 2 triples. 10 RBIs, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Very strong hitter, very versatile in the field. She can play any position, and she can do all of them above average.
Well, as a pitcher, she has 3 of the 6 wins of the team. There's a line drive to the shortstop as she makes the play on her own, unassisted, for the 3rd out. So Christina Parrish is stranded at first. That'll bring up the top of the 7th inning as the Phantoms go down in the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits. There was 1 Warrior error. So after 6 complete, Kecoughtan Warriors 1 and the Phoebus Phantoms 0. What a game. Excellent game.
Excellent game.
The Hampton Kecoughtan game that we did a couple weeks ago turned out to be a really nice game too.
The which game?
The Hampton Bethel game. What did I say? Hampton Kecoughtan?
Just let you correct yourself. And we'll be back over here Friday doing the Kecoughtan and Phoebus baseball. Friday here at Phoebus High School.
Leading off for the Warriors in the top of the 7th inning now will be their first baseman, Jennifer Robinson.
No, he'll be Bobby Kaiser. She's batting .350, 3 doubles and 12 stolen bases. You were right. You didn't catch it. She came in as a pinch runner.
Yeah, well, the batter is
I'm sorry.
Jennifer Robinson is the batter. So Bobby Kaiser did go into the lineup, and she'll be batting next.
Okay. Robinson has .306, 2 doubles. First year on the varsity I told you she's one of the backup pitchers. She's a backup pitcher, just a sophomore.
Grounds out to Ward, the pitcher. Makes the put out at first base for the first out of the inning.
Now Kaiser.
Now Bobby Kaiser will be coming up.
3 doubles, 12 stolen bases, batting .350. Here's, we watched the roller back to the pitcher, just nice little toss. Don't try to do anything fancy.
Well, this is Bobby Kaiser's first at bat of the game. Takes the first pitch outside. That one is also outside. 2-0 now. 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Warriors 1 and the Phantoms 0. She had a healthy cut at that one. On deck for the Warriors, Katie Brookman, the left fielder. 3-1 now is the count to the batter, Bobby Kaiser. She now plays right field for the Warriors. She got that low pitch call. The umpire's giving that pitch to him.
He's been calling it all day long. That's
as long as he's doing it consistent, that's what you got to ask for. That way all the batters will know that that's what's coming. Ball 4 as she draws a 1-out base on balls. That'll put her at first base. That'll bring up the left fielder, Katie Brookman. In the 3rd inning, grounded out to the second baseman and flew out to the right fielder to end the inning in the 5th. So she's 0 for 2 so far in this game. I'd like to see that one again because she bunted that ball and she was out in front. And I thought she was out of the box.
I did
She's
too.
out of the box and the ball hits her, she would be out. Let's see how they call it. I believe they're going to call it a foul ball.
If we can see they're out of the box or not, slow her down.
Yeah, that wasn't the pitch.
You miss it.
0-2 as she fouls that one back. On deck for the Warriors is the leadoff batter, Jennifer Tobin, the Warriors' second baseman. 0-2 now, the count, 1 out. Runner at first for the Warriors. Swing and a miss.
That's 2 outs.
That'll bring up the leadoff batter for the Warriors, Jennifer Tobin, the Warriors' second baseman. 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. On deck for the Warriors, Danny Tatum. Just enough of that one to foul it back off the catcher's face mask. One thing about a catcher, they really catch a lot of hard stuff off the bats, I'll tell you.
That's one position I could never play.
Well, I don't see any argument, so she got thrown out.
He went on the bag.
And here is the replay of that bunt as, well, I don't believe that one was it either.
No, that's not the one,
That
Scotty.
one went down to third baseline. Okay. Anyhow, the runner at first base, who was Bobby Kaiser, gets thrown out by the catcher for the 3rd out of the inning. So that's going to end the 7th inning for the Warriors. No hits. There were no runs. There were no errors. And nobody left on after the runner got thrown out at first. So that ends the 7th inning for the Warriors. Now the Phoebus Phantoms are down to their last 3 outs here, Bob, as they got to get a run here somehow. The leading off is number 24, the center fielder, Danielle Woods.
Last year she was all district outfielder, batting .325, 9 RBIs, 7 walks, 1 double, 2 triples.
So far, Samantha Cave for the Warriors is pitching a no-hitter. The Warriors have committed 3 errors in the game, but so far she has no hit the Phantoms, as the Phantoms need to get something going here as they are at their last at bat here at the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing 1-0. 1-1 is the count. That pitch was outside, 2-1. This is when the crowd starts getting really boisterous. 3-1 now as that pitch was high and outside.
A little more vocal, don't they?
Yep. Yeah, they're trying to get this no-hit win for Samantha Cave. That was fouled back here behind us, out of play, and hope it doesn't hit my truck. It didn't.
Yeah, full count.
Full count, 3-2 now. Nobody out. Swung at ball 4 for the 3rd strike. So Danielle Woods goes down as the strikeout victim. Out number 1. That'll bring up Jamie Walsh, the first baseman for the Phantoms. She is officially 0 for 1 as she flew out to the second baseman and reached by a walk.
Another error.
That goes as an E6 as Allison Cave bobbled the ball. So that puts the tying run now at first base for the Phoebus Phantoms. Here they show it again, but the throw was just a bit late.
Just couldn't come up with a handle.
Now the batter should be Ashley Sykes, the shortstop.
That was Jamie Walsh getting on base.
That's correct.
And that's what we got batting now is Walsh? Is
Sykes.
Sykes? Yeah,
Ashley Sykes. Squares around the bunt and swings.
That was a good bunt, too. Almost caught the Warriors out of position.
Well, she squared around the bunt and ended up throwing. They get the girl at first base, and I was very surprised there wasn't an interference call as the runner actually ran over the second baseman. So that sends Daniel Woods to Jamie Walsh now at second base, and Ashley Sykes is thrown out at first.
And who we got?
That will be Alicia McClowski batting. There's two gone here with a runner in scoring position at second base. There's a ground ball to the second baseman and the out. That's the ball game as Samantha Cave pitches a no-hitter.
Well, I think our player of the game is going to be Samantha Cave and Jackie Ward. Okay.
Both pitchers. Final score here at Phoebus High School. The Kecoughtan Lady Warriors 1 and the Phoebus Lady Phantoms 0. Excellent game, folks.
1-0 in favor of the Kecoughtan Warriors. We want to thank everybody for coming. We'll come with our sponsors. We want to thank Zooms. Zooms is one of our corporate sponsors. They have 14 convenient Peninsula locations, and in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the funeral director, or is the manager. What a nice day, Mike.
Well, you know, both pitchers are deserving the fact that they got the MVPs, because Jackie Ward for the Phoebus Phantoms she threw a two-hitter. Two-hitter and loses the game 1-0. And by the way, the two-hitter, the hits were not a factor as such in the game. It was an unearned run, so it definitely didn't hurt her ERA any.
No, it didn't. As you see the score, everybody, we want to thank you for tuning in for the game, and we for their crew and Mike Hauser. This is Bob Hinn saying good afternoon, everybody.
White, too bad.
Everybody did. What?
Phoebus.